This week we're having a heart-to-heart in our special Fit City report. You may feel like $1 million, but that doesn't always mean your heart is healthy.
So consider this: every 90 seconds someone dies of heart disease. So tonight's CBS 19's Dana Huey is helping us figure out how healthy your heart actually is.
One of the best things that you can do for yourself ahead of this Valentine's Day is to find out your numbers. This can assess your risk of heart disease. There are factors we can control and some we can't. But like the American Heart Association promotes, don't die of doubt.
And I've, always felt good up to the day I went in for the heart cath and they told me that we're not letting you leave.
Okay. Judy Calvert, a patient at the Lewis and Peaches Owen Heart Hospital, never experienced any symptoms. Her heart cath uncovered the hidden truth: 3 blockages that required almost immediate bypass surgery.
They basically told me that my first symptoms, based on the blockages, would probably have been my last.
Being proactive about her heart health likely saved Judy's life. She first learned about her risk through her father.
I knew that I had issues because it runs in our family. My father had bypass surgery years ago, and it was one of the new techniques. And we found out all us kids have the high cholesterol.
Family history of heart disease is one of the 4 risk factors we cannot control, in addition to age, ethnicity, and gender. There are even more risk factors we can control to protect our hearts.
Things like managing our weight,
which is critically important since cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in men and women.
More women have died from heart disease than men for the past 20 years.
Deb Taylor is the chief nursing officer at the Lewis and Peaches Owen Heart Hospital. She says we should also be managing our blood pressure, cholesterol levels, diabetes, stress, not smoking, focusing on a heart-healthy diet, and getting exercise.
As women, we get mammograms so that we can make sure that we're not at risk for breast cancer. Men and women go and have colonoscopies so that we can protect ourselves from colon cancer. But we're not doing these great screenings to protect our hearts and to make sure that we don't have heart disease. And there is a new test that we can do, a calcium scoring test. Just relax. It only takes a few minutes. I made a lunch date to have mine done. Went down with a group of girlfriends and we all had our calcium scoring test done in under an hour. And at the end of the procedure, they came out and they gave us a number that showed us what our risk for heart disease was. And that gave us a report that we could then take to our doctors and talk with our doctors about it.
Other important tests that you should be getting at your doctor: blood sugar and blood pressure checks, plus a lipid profile that looks at your good, bad, and total cholesterol levels.
You may need to focus on that, how you can manage your cholesterol and eating a heart-healthy diet. Again, exercise. And sometimes people need medication to help with that too.
Judy did everything right. Ate heart-healthy, worked out, and even took statins, but her cholesterol just didn't cooperate.
I'm very blessed and fortunate because I have no restrictions at all. And just because I was proactive. And that's all I can say is, if you don't know, get a baseline and get it checked. If you do know you have a family history, then follow up with it and stay on top of it.
Knowing your body and listening to it could mean the difference between a healthy heart, damage to your heart, or worse. 95% of women agree that they began feeling different a month before their cardiac complications. Just another reason to get to the heart of the matter right away. Back to you.
And listen to our bodies. All right, thank you, Dana. And we want you to know the symptoms of heart attack. They're different for men and women and from person to person. We put a link on our website, cbs19.tv. Just click on the hot button. You can find that on your tablet, smartphone, or computer.